Spirit Tribe. Gigi here with Spirit Readings, and I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today. This is going to be a little witchy wisdom. So this reading is for the general collective. It is for each and every single one of us. I also consider it a timeless reading. So whenever you come across it is when you are meant to, and there's most likely a message here for you. Now please keep in mind that there are so many of us, so not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You can just set it to the side for someone else or for later even. You know, it may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe. So if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. If you are new here, please keep in mind that I have had strokes, so you know that can really affect my memory. I can struggle to find my words or even get them out. I do get tongue-tied. I also have tremors, which can make shuffling a bit of a challenge, especially when it feels like I'm being zapped in my hands. You know, whenever that happens, I tend to drop whatever I'm holding, cards included. I also have glaucoma, so sometimes I do have to bring things a little closer to my face so that I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you guys. You know, the messages get out the way that they are meant to eventually, right? Okay. Everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, you can find that in the description down below, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading with me, if you would like to purchase something from my wish list like a candle or a card deck, something for my family, something for my fur babies, or if you would just like to make a donation, that can all be found in that description box down below. So make sure you check that out. So all right, we are going to get some witchy wisdom messages here. All right, thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, your wisdom, and your truth in all matters and in all things and at all times and in all ways. All right, more. All right, here we go. So we have affirmation for growth coming in here. Ooh, growing and flowing. We also have water magic. You know, in order for things to grow, they need to be watered, they need to be fed. We also have affirmation for acceptance coming in here. Ooh, okay, some good ones here. Affirmation for growth is an earth, you know, which is grounding and practical action. The power of the physical body coming through with that earth energy there. You know, growth is necessary for life, and the opposite of growth is stagnation, and no one wants to be stuck sitting still and never moving forward. Growth takes effort, and sometimes it can be scary. It doesn't happen by itself. You have to nurture and feed it. Well, you know, whether it is body, spirit, or some part of your life, like a career or a relationship. What do you want to grow and prosper in your life, and what are you doing to make that happen? You know, you have to step up and step out is what Spirit is giving me here. All right, we have water magic, which is literally water. Water is about change and movement. It is the power of our emotions. So tapping into the element of water here. All right. Water is a powerful force. It can wear down a mountain or create a lake. It brings life to the fields, but can also be violent and impossible to control. Not an element to be taken for granted, as you will know if you have ever been thirsty or lived through either a drought or a flood. Most of the time, though, water is our friend, and we can use its power to help us change and transition through various stages of our lives. Water is fluid and flexible and reminds us that we can be that way too. So, learning to go with the natural flow, and it doesn't come easy to all of us. So, all right, we have affirmation for acceptance, and this is the air element, thought and communication. Air is also the power of the mind. So let's see what we have here. Affirmation for acceptance. There is a prayer that says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Sometimes, no matter how hard we try, there are circumstances or realities that we can't alter. Illnesses, broken relationships, lost jobs. There are, unfortunately, plenty of things in our lives we just can't fix. It can be difficult not to keep fighting, but sometimes battling the unchangeable just uses up time and energy that would be better used in more productive ways. Sometimes what we really need is simply the serenity to accept those things that we cannot change, and the wisdom to know when it is time to do so. And you can absolutely ask for that wisdom, that guidance, that discernment, you guys. All right, let's get some tarot. Let's see what else we need to know here. What other witchy wisdom? We have the Three of Pentacles coming through. Pentacles is earth. Earth is the power of the physical body. We have the Knight of Wands coming through. Wands is fire. Fire is the power of taking action. We have the Ace of Cups. Cups is water. Water is the power of our emotions coming through. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Hey, hey, love seeing the Ten of Pentacles show up. That is a very happy card. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So we now have two aces here as well. Let's see what else we have. We have strength coming through as well. Strength is the energy of Leo coming in, and Leo is a fire sign. So all right, let's get these situated here. We're gonna start with that Three of Pentacles that came through. Three of Pentacles. So working together, we can create something wonderful. Many hands make light work as long as you share a common purpose and a vision, and everyone plays nice. So, it can indicate that you are either presently involved with others in a way that requires cooperation, or you soon will be. But remember, you bring a lot of good things to the table. So, it's almost always a good thing and a gift to be appreciated. So who are you working with, and are you doing your best to be part of the team? Is there anything you could do to make the interaction go more smoothly? Is there someone who is not working well with others? If so, what is your best way to deal with this fact in a productive and useful manner? Sometimes things take time to grow, you guys. Sometimes people take time to realize, hey, I matter. What I bring to the table is good. What I bring to the table is enough. You know, sometimes people may feel like they're falling behind when they're really not, and maybe you recognize that, maybe you see that, and you help them realize things. All right, we have the Knight of Wands. Adventure awaits. Passion, excitement, and adventure await if you are brave enough to move forward despite the risks. So, you know, most of the time, this Knight of Wands shows up to represent someone else in your life, like a son or a young and adventurous friend or lover. If so, his presence is probably a good thing, as long as you're not being swept along willy-nilly with his passion. Sometimes the Knight is an indication that it is time for you to take action. No more planning or thinking things through. Just move forward in the direction you know you want to go. But be aware that there may be dragons at the end of your journey. But you know what? You can make that dragon your friend. You can ride it on out of there. I mean, if you believe that you can, and you know, you can achieve it, you guys. If you can dream it and believe it, you can absolutely achieve it. All right, we have the Ace of Cups. My cup runneth over. You are clearly blessed. Joy and fulfillment are yours for the taking. But don't wait too long, for such moments can be fleeting. You know, aces are all about new beginnings and new opportunities being made available to you. This is fabulous. You know, this is a gift from the universe, and there's no way to predict the form such a gift will take, but because it is a cup, it may well involve emotions and the spirit. Keep yourself open to grace and possibility, and when it appears, don't let it slip past. Consider yourself blessed. You know, your cup is running over. It is a good thing here, you guys. A very good thing indeed. We also have the Ten of Pentacles, and they all lived happily ever after. So this is your happily ever after, however it looks to you personally. So happiness is more than money. Success is more than wealth. Abundance comes in many forms. Be sure you live each moment to the fullest, especially those shared with others. So this is all about getting what you want and reveling in it. So you might want to ask yourself what you really want. Do you have it, or some reasonable version of it? If so, make sure that you are taking the time and energy to appreciate it. Spend more time with those you love, doing what you love to do. Enjoy your work as much as your play. If you are still striving, this is encouragement here. It says you're getting there. Keep at it. Success is just around the corner, or maybe across the street, down a block, and then around the corner. But keep plugging away at it. You're definitely on the right track. You're on the right path at the right time, you guys. It is divine timing here. We have the Ace of Pentacles. It's all good. There is unlimited potential for unlimited success. So if you are asking any kind of question and you got the Ace of Pentacles in response, the answer is almost certainly a resounding yes, no matter where it falls in a reading. And you know, this is all about wisdom here, you guys. So it is positive here. You know, you're your efforts are paying off. Now you just need to figure out how you are going to make the most out of the opportunities that are coming your way. You know, you have everything you need within yourself to be successful. Tap into your inner strength, your inner wisdom, your inner guidance here. You know, like I said, strength is Leo. Leo is a fire sign. It is the power of taking action. So I am power. Hear me roar. You are stronger than you think. Let's take a minute. Roar. You know, just let it just let it out there. So it is almost certainly here to remind us of our own inner strength, and it is saying yes, yes you can. You know, you may feel overwhelmed or even uncertain, but whatever you are facing, you have the strength to endure and triumph in the end. You know, your breakthrough is literally around the corner, you guys, and usually when that happens, that's when I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give up, and then boom, it's right there. And you know, but something inside me is like, nope, we can't give up. You weren't raised to be a quitter. You know, my grandma reminds me that her blood flows through my veins, and we aren't quitters. We don't just give up without a good fight. So, all right, let's get some crystal wisdom mini deck messages here. Let's see what else we need to know. What other wisdom can we glean here? All right, and I'm feeling what that one there. Ooh, all right, some good ones here. We have opal for joy. Okay, grandma, that was her birthstone. She's like, yep, you talked about me, now I'm showing up. I love it. My soul sings and dances to the vibration of joy. I love it. This is what opal can look like. Of course, you know, opal looks white, and then it hits light or the sun, and boy, all them colors burst. We have chrysoprase for nurturing. I open up and allow myself to be nurtured. Yes, I love it. That's what it can look like there with the chrysoprase. We have school site for peace. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I am an instrument of peace. Ooh, I love it. And ooh, that is what that can look like. That is pretty there. I've never even heard of that one or seen it. We also have shungite for discipline. I practice the art of discipline, and it brings freedom to my soul. And that is what shungite can look like. I actually have a shungite pyramid that I keep close by. So, all right, Spirit Tribe, these are our messages. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button, that old thumbs up button down there. Hit it with the razzle dazzle. If you haven't already and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel. You guys, that truly means so very much to me. I love growth. I love expansion. I love being able to interact with all of you. It really does bring a lot of joy into my life. You know, you are part of the teamwork that makes this dream work. I wouldn't be able to do it without all of you. Spirit Tribe, from the bottom of my heart, I am so very grateful and thankful to each and every single one of you. I love and appreciate you so very much. And I want to say thank you, blessed be, namaste, and goodbye.